Now please give a big, warm, full welcome to a spoken word colossus, Mr. Byron Vincent.
I look like a colossus, don't I? I'm actually terrified. I'm a Lancashire lad about to do 20 minutes of poetry in Hull. Am I gonna get out of here alive? Give me a boo! Give me a yay! See, my kind of audience, fickle and easily led. The question is, do I use that information for good or for evil purposes? Depends whether you're a good or an evil audience. Are you a good or... Because poetry audiences can be cruel, you know. You think it's all like Guardian readers and chin scratchers, but I was walking up on stage in London recently, and this girl, beautiful girl, was sat in the front row, and she said, I heard her like, oh my God, look at his ridiculously skinny legs, which is cruel enough, but then she punctuated it with, ugh. So I don't, I guess what I'm doing is I'm apologising for my apparently ridiculous and abhorrent appearance. Please don't let my ridiculous and abhorrent appearance distract from your enjoyment of the poetry. Let the poetry detract from your enjoyment of the poetry. I did Radio Humberside this morning. I've made it. And they asked me for a poem. This is the only one I could do. This is the only one that's kind of clean enough to do on morning radio. Usually people come to poetry evenings expecting the reader to impart well-informed examinations of existential issues in a fascinating and cerebral manner. I got expelled from Scumbag Comprehensive for having the academic capacity of a special needs whelk. So I don't know what your expectations are. If you could just lower them, that'd be great. This is a haiku. Haiku is a 17-syllable poem exploring the burden of free will in a universe of almost infinite variety. This is a haiku about Elton John's preferred choice of salad. Elton spurns lettuce, spits scorn at evil lamb's leaf. He's a rocket man. Thank you very much. It's my finest work. It's downhill from here. Okay, hands up everybody here who went to the pub and got drunk in the pub before they were of legal age to get drunk in the pub. There's few of us. Yeah, miscreants. I used to do my underage drinking in this pub in Preston. It was properly rough. Just think the cast of Deliverance in highly combustible sportswear and you can't go far wrong. Somebody tried to sell me a crossbow in there once on the basis that it would make less noise than a gun, thus attracting less attention if I was to shoot somebody during an armed robbery. That was the USP in his sales pitch. Like, that was the kind of place it was. I was tiny for my age. A voice like a crow's vocoder, less pubic hair than Humpty Dumpty's plug hole. I stood eye level with a stagnant drip trays like a fetus dipped in Lynx Oriental. And before we even left the house, we would wash down paint-stripping amphetamines with mugs filled 3/4 with shoplifted Courvoisier, classy. 1/4 shoplifted Pernod, mental, and all this delicately imbued with the viscous innards of jelly tomazepam. Why, Dave, with these barbiturates, you're really spoiling us. Another reason we drank there was because they served pints of Blastaway, which was this befuggerating cocktail made up of a diamond white super strength cider. Does anybody remember that? Yeah, sadly, yeah. And this precursor to the alcohol pop called Castaway for £1 English a pint, which meant the place was not only full of alcoholics, but thrifty alcoholics, which everybody knows are the best kind. And we this one night I swaggered up to the bar, pigeon-chested, face like a teething crack baby. Excuse me, barkeep. 1 pint of your finest bloater juice, please. And I shall also be requiring a straw. Now, it may have been the fact that I was so tiny I had to stand on my tiptoes to grab the drinks, or it may have been the melange of filthy intoxicants. But as I grabbed the glass, the horizon of the bar sort of ebbed away, and the next thing I knew, I was laid on my back, covered in glass and psycho stores, staring at 20 years of exhaled Lambert and Butler on the Artex ceiling. Now obviously at this point I'm thinking, oh no, I am definitely going to get barred from the one pub in town that'll serve me. And that's really important when you're 15. I was in a state, blatantly underage, smashing glasses, causing a scene as I staggered and stumbled to my feet. This behemoth of a landlord sort of slouched over the bar and said, with a face like a bulldog chewing a wasp, "Same again, son." So that's kind of everybody's, that kind of defines British drinking culture, doesn't it? You know, it kind of defines the way that our attitude to getting drunk in this country, and as the night progressed, we would or devolved, depending on your perspective, we would wander up to a nightclub called Tokyo Joe's. The name says it all, doesn't it? No further description required. Not to drink, but to engage in violent acts with our fellow inebriates. I say we, to be honest. As you may be able to tell, it wasn't exactly my cup of tea. If anything, I found it, abhorrent and terrifying. So I'd kind of hang back. I was living in a kind of social care situation at the time, and when all your enforced flatmates are violent, predatory sociopaths, it's not wise to admit that you're a bit sensitive. So I'd hang back and I'd watch the carnage unfold, occasionally shouting something like, "Come on then!" In the chaos, nobody could tell that I was actually throwing my voice from behind the bar outside Dixie Fried Chicken. So I got away with being a bit of a softie. That rather long-winded introduction is just to explain the title of a very short poem. And there we go. This is called A Postcard from Tokyo Joe's. Let's get trashed in town, on speed and blue taboo, where foul flesh blinds a moistened mind in Toffet's taxi queue, where clammy karaoke blokey violates Sinatra, an existential outburst, an ambulance for Sartre, where stellar vision starlets spit fug from burst rap gobs. Strike, leave it ain't worth it, Kev. At strutting one-man mobs, dons with low-life highlights do touching without feeling, as 20 years of angry sweat rains down from the ceiling. Lame snipes watch the dust drift, too sodden to take flight. Fly paper streets, cough empty treats, a colon of delights. I like to end on a bit of bottom-related imagery in my poems, that's that one. Just as an aside, I saw Black Lace there live once. Do you remember them? Agadoo, Push Pineapple, Shake This. No wonder everyone was trying to kill each other.